Glitter Plus.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a word, Cher.
You think that's bad? Wait till you see this.
Chermoir.
Where am I? Who are these two fairies? Wagon wheel with Tuesday. Oh, it's a podcast? You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Hello, lovelies. Welcome back to Chermoir.
Cher.
The memoir. The podcast. Part 1. What was that noise?
I don't know. It's a very sad Elvis. Oh, I'm sorry.
It was Cher doing Elvis. Shelvis.
I've been there.
I know, we will pop something in there. So we are going to be delving into chapter 10 of the Chermoir.
Yep.
But we should find out what happened in chapter 9.
Yeah, what did happen in chapter 9? I would like to know.
So would I.
If I could turn back time.
So in the last chapter, Cher meets Sonny.
Ooh.
And they move in together, sleeping in separate beds, mostly. Like Bert and Ernie.
Oh, bless.
Mum is furious and brings Cher home until she loses Cash Cow Gilbert. Also, Cher discovers racism.
She does. And now we all know about it.
Now we all know
so
about
we can
it.
do something about it.
She Cher-splained it.
She did. Cher's playing it all night. That was bound to happen at some point.
Yes. Which means we can jump into this week's chapter and find out what it's like to be Cher, having always been Cher.
That was a quick courtesy finger.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I'm Cher, and I've always been Cher since I was this big.
Do you regret anything?
Oh, almost everything.
Oh, do you want me to posh and upsize you?
What?
Posh and
that's
upsize
how-
you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's beautiful. I nearly swallowed the yoga ball.
Make your own fistula if you're not careful.
I did see an interview with someone this week, and they were like, "Do you like to eat?" And she's like, "No, this is just air." Like, I don't. What do you mean? Because she was a larger woman, and she's like, "Yes, of course I fucking like." What are you talking about? Oh my god. All right,
I like to eat.
What do you fucking think,
kind of
mate?
necessary.
All right, chapter 10. Be my baby.
Be my little baby. Do you remember? I know
I
you're
don't
too
remember
young.
when that song came out, no.
No, I don't remember when that song came out. But it was the song that was playing when David and Maddie finally had sex on Moonlighting.
I don't know any of those words.
Moonlighting was Sybil Shepherd and Bruce Willis. And she was rich, and all she had left after her divorce was this detective agency.
Oh my god, of course.
He ran. And so they solved crimes, but also they had, like, you know.
Sexy times.
Yeah, and then they broke the fourth wall. It was mad.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know Sybil from that show she did with Christine Baranski, which I think was just called Sybil.
Yeah, that was her.
That's how I know her.
That was her rip-off of Absolutely Fabulous, yes.
Oh, was it?
Well, very,
I can see it.
Yeah. And then she got annoyed that Christine Baranski kept getting all the funny lines. And it was like...
What's Christine Baranski?
Yeah.
You know, what are you going to do?
Why did you hire her?
All right, are we ready?
Yeah.
I mean, I keep writing Phil Spector, but Cher writes Philip. Philip. He could be moody.
Philip.
But gosh, was he funny, according to Cher.
Yeah, there's a lot of excuses for terrible behaviour.
And as she says, not yet unstable. Now, I mean, that's how I want to be described.
Is that before or after the coffee spilling incident?
Oh, I don't remember.
Someone spilled coffee on a tape reel and completely ruined it. And he started yelling about it, and then halfway through decided
right.
it should be hilarious. And I'm like, no, that sounds unstable.
Yeah, I think we're about in that area.
Yeah.
He would needle Cher, and she would give it right back. Sometimes he'd even let her hang out in the control room. And I think that's, again, coercive control room.
Yes.
One day, Georgia decided to let Sonny in. Okay, so we're changing stories against Cher. Even in my writing, I'm like, what? So Georgia decided, I'll let Sonny in. And while she fought it, she did like him. Because he was a man who was alive.
It was a man who was alive. And she had learned from...
Right, he was a man after all.
She'd learned from her grandmother.
Speaking of, Grandma Linda was a tougher nut to crack because she was visiting that day.
Yes.
And asked, what the hell is that?
I mean, you you've seen Sonny, I would ask the
Yeah,
same
fair.
question.
But G loved him.
Of
She was
course,
all
G
out,
loved him.
Sonny did have a single or two, as in a song,
Mm-hmm.
that did okay, and started to mention that Cher could sing, and she kept saying, I know, I'm Cher. When Darling Love didn't show up one day, Phil decided to get something down anyway and put Sonny and Cher on the little BVs. It's like,
For Be My Baby.
just for a casual
The song
hit,
Be My
huge
Baby.
hit song, you know? Cher was terrified, but when they started, something came out. I can't believe it. It's something I sang.
Be my little baby.
At one point, she was asked to step back from the mic, which actually happens a lot in this room.
I'm in the corner.
Watching you kiss her. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's Cher's version of Dancing with Mary. The next day, when Darlene was back in the studio, she took one look at Cher and began to laugh. I mean, this probably should have been Sunny.
The standing back from the microphone was giving me turn silk all the way down.
Yes.
Energy.
And she was wondering, what the hell is she doing there? They started recording, and once again, Cher was asked to step back.
Get back,
She was
Cher.
just cutting through too much. After this day, Phil would ask Cher... shut up, I can't speak. After this day, Phil would ask Cher, as every time I have to say Cher, to jump on almost every track for the next year, and she was thrilled. I'm Cher, and thrilled.
I'm thrilled. I'm Cher. I'm not credited.
Or paid.
So none of this could be true because I can't prove it.
But because she wasn't getting paid, this led Georgia to think that she was out partying.
Yeah.
She's just having a good time.
Just hanging out in the studio, having a good time.
The schedule was too much for Cher to do anything else. She was even missing acting class. Sonny was like, acting? Oh, I'm getting an email. That's from Coles. Sonny didn't care about the acting. He said, nah, babe, singing is where it's at. So Cher left her acting class, but Jeff said if she ever got serious about it, he thinks she could be great.
Yeah.
This is Jeff Corey, the thingamajiggy.
The acting coach.
The acting coach who's in that movie, The Balcony.
As she wandered off into the sunset because Sonny said, you can't!
Yeah, I shouldn't.
You're no good!
We're passing to Stephanie.
Oh, that was quick.
It was. Sonny then started to tell Cher what else to give up, including her weekly softball games with her mum and friends, which we have not heard anything
We've
about.
never heard a word about it.
Oh, did I forget to mention the weekly softball games?
We had weekly softball games
Yeah, with
with
my
mum and her
family,
friends.
Cher never quite forgave him for this because she loves her some softball. Georgia was also mad that she'd paid for acting classes that Cher now didn't need and insisted that she wouldn't be going back to the studio until she was paid.
Yeah.
It's time. It's time to get paid. What? I don't understand. Georgia cares now. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Now, Phil felt that since he was paying Sonny, Cher was covered. Like, I'm paying
she's part
you.
of the deal.
She's part of the deal. Sonny and Cher.
Yeah.
But Georgia was serious, so Phil wrote Cher a check just to shut Georgia up. And it was the last check he would ever write Cher.
Yeah. And also no credits.
No credits.
So, which means if you can't hear her on the record, it's not because she's not credited. It's because she had to stand so far away from the microphone you couldn't hear.
She was in Jersey. Yeah. Georgia did accept this one-time payment.
Oh, look, money from a man.
But she was too busy being sad in bed to pay
Oh, that's
much
right.
attention
She
to
was
anything
having the
anyway.
depression.
Cher decided she was done, so she kicked out the window in her bedroom, even though she could have walked out the front door. It
Yep.
was a statement,
Yep.
Cher tells us.
And she left her little sister behind.
She moved back in with Sonny. Sorry, G. Enjoy depressed mum. While it was a dark time for Georgia, it was the beginning of Cher's life. She did make sure to include G, though. I was glad that she at least circled back quickly to say, oh, I did kind
Oh,
of...
gee.
Yeah,
Okay. She can come over. She can hang out with me
come
when
on.
Sonny's daughter pops in.
Yeah.
Once a
Yeah,
year.
who he loves.
He loves his daughter.
Cher had no clothes, so even had to wear some of Sonny's soggy jocks.
Oh, man. That is not okay.
Eventually, well, this is why she hasn't been describing clothes thus far.
Yes,
She
because
haven't,
it's been
you know.
Sonny's.
Eventually...
Pea-stained underpants.
Oh, God. Eventually, he did buy her some clothes of her own, which is so kind of him.
Thank you, Sonny.
Yeah. At George's next birthday, Cher decided to sing a song. This would be her first public performance.
Oh, Cher.
While nervous, it went well. Georgia and Sonny were both very proud. She then got to meet little Richard, who was a piece of work. This is just how the book goes, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not barreling through any more than Cher.
Little Richard, did he come on to Sonny?
Yeah, I think so.
What is going on?
Why not?
Yeah.
And Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys, who,
Yes.
they became friends. And she even made a bracelet that said, "I love you, Brain."
Yeah, because she had undiagnosed dyslexia.
Yes, and she couldn't write names or words.
When are we going to self-diagnose each other with with rampant homosexuality?
Yes. I think you'd been diagnosed with that sometime
before
yes.
I had, but good to get confirmation.
Yes, gay and homosexual.
Yeah. And also rancid bum slut.
I always think of, what was the thing you used to say? Cock hungry bum slut?
Cock hungry bum slut.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what fabulous is short for.
Speaking of cock hungry bum sluts, Sonny decided it was time to trade up their digs, and they moved into a house with a leaky shower.
Oh, yay!
They got a bunch of op-shop furniture, including a brass bed frame, which is apparently a big deal. I don't understand that.
Well, because it was they thought it was shit because it was so tarnished.
Rusty or whatever, yeah.
And then they were like, oh, it's actually brass.
Is
So
brass
it's
a good
actually
thing?
worth a lot of money. Yeah, brass is expensive. Like the big brass mug that we give away on Hard Quiz
Oh, that's a big deal.
is the most expensive thing
Is it really?
in the production.
More than Tom?
Maybe not.
Possibly not.
But he's an executive producer, so he also has to pay for the brass mug at some point.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So when Sonny brought home a dog that they couldn't look after, Cher was mad that Sonny was kicking it.
I know.
He brings home a dog that they can't look after, then kicks the dog.
Yeah.
And then was like, and she's like, don't do that. So he threw her against a wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she starts to have flashbacks of all the times she saw Georgia being beaten up by all those
that's
many
the whole
men.
thing. Cher was not having it and told him if he ever touches her again, she would leave his ass and he'd never see her again.
Yeah.
Now we get some now because we just had something serious.
Yeah.
We have some descriptions of the house, including throw cushions. So she's like, "Oh, I did just mention that he was domestically violent against me. I should mention the throw rugs."
Oh, and also like how they cut the legs off the coffee table so they could put the cushions around.
Yeah.
Because that was like a fun
the
vibe.
60s.
Yeah, cool.
Another time, Sonny brought home a broken upright piano, which Cher still has.
Yes. And she hates.
Yeah. I'm like, okay.
Throw it away, lady.
Right.
Sell it.
Oh, I don't know.
It doesn't work.
Maybe at some point he left and the piano was still there and she just thought that was Sonny.
Maybe.
She's like, is that Sonny? He looks different, but I am in a different house. I just put
She's
my
saying to
bag down.
Chaz, like, that's your dad.
Yeah. This is your father.
Go and water your dad.
Why is she watering a piano? Do you water pianos?
I don't know.
It's one of those
Cher thinks
watering
it's a
pianos.
plant.
Yeah. Piano plant. It's the dyslexia. It all makes sense. Somehow, it all makes sense.
And also like the fact that the it didn't matter that some of the keys didn't work.
Because
they're the low register. We never sing those.
Yeah, I don't think Sonny could sing any of those. But
Sonny couldn't sing any of the notes anyway.
no, none of them. He was on a different piano.
Yeah. In another room.
Yeah, in another state. One night while Sonny was at the studio, Cher went to hang out with Josita. If we remember Josita.
We do.
She'd fallen asleep on the couch and was treated to some late night sexual assault.
Oh, yeah.
So we've gone violence from your boyfriend, throw cushions,
Yes.
piano,
Yes.
sexual assault at midnight.
I had to read that paragraph 4 times to work out who was the assaulter.
Me too.
It was very confusing.
So
Because other than Josita, who we've met once briefly for 2 seconds because
Yes.
she was the housemaid and then they moved in.
and then she left
Yeah.
for a boyfriend overseas.
Yeah. And then now she's come back. I was like, which one is who is...
I know. I thought it was Phil Spector. Honestly, when it first happened, I thought, because it's in the middle of all of his stuff, I was like, wait, is she saying it's Phil Spector?
Or is it the guy that she got felt up by that worked with Phil Spector before that now ignores her? No, who is this?
It's the
And
drunken...
it's some random other guy.
Yeah, the roommate's drunken boyfriend
Yes.
of Josita. So Josita's roommate's drunken boyfriend
Yeah.
had come home. And so she got up and she ran out. And yeah, he just walked in and was like, "Oh, you're here."
Yeah.
And Cher never told anyone, also never told Sonny because she was afraid he'd murder him.
Yeah, because he's Italian and they're all in the mafia.
Yeah, and they say Bapa de Bupe. So Bapa de Bupe.
Gabagool.
They're dead.
They're dead, Bapa de Bupe. We've watched Wise Girls. We know how it works. We've seen Alyssa Milano and Elspeth.
Yeah. You're talking about Bapa de Bupe.
My surname's Delamato. I shouldn't be talking like this.
My family is Sybaris, so they're Maltese, but they've got a mafia too.
Yeah.
I'm sure, I guess.
Generic European mafia.
It's the home brand style. Black and gold. Oh, God.
Why did we both go for black and
I
gold?
know. That was fancy in my house. Speaking of Elsbeth,
Yes.
I'm now watching it from the beginning, and I'm up to
I'm so
the
happy.
episode where she's at a restaurant and the model. It was like this woman was in 2 episodes. She was also in Younger, and that's where I recognise her from.
Oh, Laura Belanti.
Is that her name? And she's the aging out model.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's so good.
She's so funny.
She might be my favourite so far. She's so ridiculous and committed.
Yes.
I just thought she was freaking amazing.
Because there was this season finale, I think, the model episode.
Yeah, so I'm now just into the 2nd season.
Yeah.
And I'm excited because, of course, Alyssa's coming back.
Yeah.
With some more Bapa de Boop.
Bapa de Boop.
Bing bang bong.
It's a me, a Mario.
It's me, Milano. Margarita pizza. The whole thing. Oh my God. I feel like what's the you'll know it and I can't think of her name. She does the mum in her dressing gown on Instagram.
Oh, Mel Buttle.
Mel Buttle, and she's doing beep boop bop, what's Curtis Stone, beep boop, like whatever. That's who I feel like right now.
Just boop boop boop, bag of chicken. Just get a bag of chook, boop boop boop, everything's ready.
Hot chocolate salad. It's so funny because it's so accurate.
Oh my God.
So
I saw my sister and I, because we think that Lynn is exactly like our mum. And the other day, like just before Christmas, we saw someone with the reindeer antlers on their little white Barina. And I was like, oh my God, mum would have so had those.
It's funny because she's not my mum, but she is someone I know's mum who had a Barina.
Yeah. And so I texted Mel, I'm like, Lynn would wear the... the antlers on the car. She's like, oh my God, I didn't know you were a fan of Lynn. I'm like, oh yeah. I feel so seen.
A little too seen, really. Okay. Back to the actual book we're reading. They've been working on Phil Spector's Christmas album, just that little album, that one.
That one. That huge, enormous thing that Mariah did a cover of. Yeah.
It was a lot of
Darling
work,
Love.
and Cher was exhausted. She wondered how everyone else was keeping up. She didn't realise they were all on drugs.
Oh, they're all on drugs.
When Phil was kicked off a flight, this is a fun story.
Oh my God.
It was Cher to the rescue.
Cher to the rescue.
Which I would love if anything ever happened to me. I want Cher to come and rescue me.
Cher, come and rescue me from the airport.
Yeah.
From the
Cherport. He was a nervous flyer and had gotten loaded before boarding. He freaked out when he got on the plane, calling everyone losers. You're losers. You understand. I'm Philip Spector. I mean... and he was off the plane.
Well, yeah. But it was, I love that because it's like, oh my God, you're all losers. I can't die with losers. This plane's definitely going down with this many losers on board.
So he's kicked off and passed out somewhere. When Cher woke him up, he was desperate. Not for water or a hug, but sunglasses.
I need sunglasses, Cher. I need sunglasses.
So off to Sunglass Hut they went. Cher, I assume. Where do you get sunglasses at an airport? Cher managed to get him onto a flight on another airline.
She got him Ray-Bans too. She name checks the brand.
Oh, that's right, she does. A few weeks later, the day the album was due to be released, bloody John F. Kennedy just went and got assassinated.
Oh, I know.
Rude.
Devo.
Everyone was shattered and not in the mood for Chrissy music.
No.
But a week or so later, Cher found out she was pregnant. So we're turning a corner real quick
We're
again.
turning. Christmas, the snow's
I'm really
falling
knocked
down.
up.
Christmas, I'm not bleeding at all. That had actions in it. You didn't want to say that.
He actually just bled on my floor.
It's the fistula. I can turn it on at any point.
Off it goes. So Cher found out she was pregnant. A shock considering they weren't using any type of protection.
I know. They weren't even trying for a baby.
No. Or trying to not have a baby.
Yeah, they would.
Whichever.
Yeah. Also, she's 17.
Right?
She's not even able to drink in that country for
I
another 5 years.
In comparison to her family, though, this is ancient. This is geriatric
Oh, yeah,
pregnancy.
she's ancient, yeah. Compared to grandma. She's at least 10 years older than grandma.
But sadly, at 16 weeks, Cher did lose the baby.
Oh, poor Cher.
We get a rather confronting description of how this was dealt with.
Yeah.
And while sad for them, I vommed a little bit in my mouth.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it was a
Don't
lot.
eat a whole block of caramel milk when you're reading this book, is what I'll say after that.
She was talking about.
Oh.
I was like, oh my God,
was a lot.
I didn't even mention it.
It was very
It was
confronting.
a lot. And out of nowhere, like, Phil Spector Christmas album, sunglasses.
Oh,
and then this horrific.
JFK's just died.
Right.
And also Martin Luther King.
Oh.
Like, we were getting, like, it was like, why are we getting a little Cher history lesson here?
No.
Jackie and the boys.
Well, I mean, it is interesting, though, that Cher did discover racism before Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech.
Yeah.
So she probably was in the room with him saying, well, no, this is what...
Yeah, here
what you need to
is
say.
how racism works.
Yes.
Can
So
you tell the people?
Yeah. So you go out there. I'll let you do that.
You do that.
But really...
She explained racism to Martin Luther King Jr.
God, we're going to hell. They did, Sonny and Cher, they took a week to mourn, but they went back in the studio.
Yeah, they're very conscientious.
Not long after, while sitting in the park, Sonny told Cher it's probably about time that she asked him to marry her.
Yeah, I didn't understand that scene either.
I don't either.
Was that like the lesbian thing where they have to ask each other?
Maybe? Is it leap year?
No.
Well, let's say it was leap year.
No, it wasn't leap year. It was 65, wasn't it? No, 63. Oh. No, it's a leap year's even. This was just after, like, yeah. I know when John F. Kennedy was shot because it was the day before Doctor Who was on for the first
That's
time.
why you know. It's a big week.
They had to show Doctor Who again the next week because everyone was busy watching the news.
Ah, that's like the weekend that I met Holly Marie Combs, Shannon Doherty, and then went to a Pink concert.
Oh,
big.
That's a big weekend.
It was a big weekend.
It's huge.
Similar to the assassination.
I didn't know also that the Christmas album came out.
Right.
This is the same as when Glitter came out on 9/11.
I'm sure a big album came out the week I did those things too.
Yeah, a massive album.
Yeah, probably. An Avril Lavigne number, maybe.
But the skater boy.
Yeah.
See you later, boy.
So Cher said, "Okay, I guess okay.
Yeah.
I'll ask you to marry me, I guess."
Yeah.
They had rings made with their names on them. They got married in t-shirts and jeans in their bathroom because we need to know what they were wearing.
Yeah.
With Cher
And that it was in the
playing,
bathroom.
with Cher playing both the bride and the minister, kind of like Alyssa Milano playing dual roles in Christine Lahti in Space.
Yeah.
So when she was Cher, she was just Cher, but when she was the minister, she was green.
Yeah.
So that's how we know the difference.
Yeah.
Okay, according to Cher, this was official.
Yes.
But a few weeks later, she lost the ring. Thankfully, she found it in the bottom of a spaghetti saucepan.
Oh, man.
She was making diva pasta
with
sauce.
Sonny's pants.
You know, yeah. Things were a little better with Georgia, and she and Sonny even got Cher a car.
Oh.
A stick shift, which Cher couldn't drive. But she figured it out.
She and G figured it out.
Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah. It was small, though, which means the Ronettes had to squeeze in when Cher would go and pick them up from the airport. She's constantly doing airport runs at this time in her life.
I'm loving the name dropping. Like, I had this tiny car. I couldn't fit all of the Ronettes in. I mean, I did, but I couldn't. It's just starting to sound like me.
Literally. The tarp is eternally down.
The tarp is down.
The car, she just tied the tarp to the back of the car. The Ronettes were taking off, touring with a small group called the Rolling Stones.
Oh, those hacks.
Yes. This led to Phil wearing fancy clothes, which intrigued Cher.
Because they're clothes.
You can be a crazy murderer, but
Yeah.
if you have fun clothes, Cher will love you.
Yep.
Sonny took Cher to see Cleopatra, the movie, not the woman. I just wanted to...
Elizabeth Taylor
Yeah, I
and
wanted
Richard
to be
Burton,
clear
one of
with
the
that.
biggest flops of all time.
Right. Cher started to wear hairpieces and dark eye makeup.
Just like Cleopatra.
Right. Alongside Sonny, who was sporting a Caesar-style haircut, which is a regular cut, but with bits of bacon and egg.
No, that's Supreme.
It's the Ronettes, the Supremes. I get very confused. It's
Yeah.
all...
No, a Caesar haircut has anchovy sauce on
Does
it.
it? Oh, okay. It didn't at the beginning of the movie, but by the end.
Yeah, and one and big half an egg.
Yeah,
And
and
a
a big
crouton.
scar down the
Some
middle.
crouton.
Just get all of the references in. They called themselves Caesar and Cleo. Sonny faffed his way into releasing a single. Cher wasn't into it, but they put it together and released it under the name Salvatore Bono and Cher Lapierre. Even though Cher didn't want to be Cher Lapierre.
Yeah.
AKA Caesar and Cleo. And it bombed, just like Cleopatra.
The movie.
The movie.
The real woman did quite
Oh,
well.
there was a big war, though, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it might have been some makeshift little, you know, ancient bombs. I don't know. They tried another single, which also tanked, just like the movie. Yeah. But Sonny kept pushing and got them on a few lineups.
Oh.
Like, I can get us. We'll go on at the Butterfly Club.
Do a
It'll be
couple
great.
of gigs. at the Butterfly
We'll do our Melbourne International Comedy Festival. It'll be wonderful. Sorry, I'm not going to name that. I was going to say if so and so can do it. Okay. I thought, no, I won't do that.
It's 20 seats, mate. It's not hard.
Cher hadn't taken into account that being a performer would include having to perform.
Oh.
Oh, miscalculation.
No, she's just done that gig for a month.
I know.
Okay.
No one knew their music. The house band was shit. It was a whole thing. Cher tells us about discovering the Beatles. So racism, the Beatles,
She
Elvis.
discovered racism.
Oh,
She
what hasn't
discovered
she
the
done?
Beatles.
Yeah.
She discovered the Beatles' shoes.
Yes. Yeah.
She discovered Elvis.
Pants at one point, a bit
She
later.
discovered pants, yeah.
And Phil decides that he'll let her cut a song called Ringo, I Love You to cash in on the popularity of the Beatles.
That she invented.
Yes. If she changed her name to Bonnie Jo Mason.
Bonnie Jo Mason.
Bonnie Jo Mason.
Bonnie Jo Mason
I'm
sounds like...
Bonnie Jo Mason. It's not the same, is it?
It's not. Who loves Bonnie Jo Mason?
So they cut it, but no one was buying. No one was buying the song. They thought Cher was a man, and being gay was so gay. You can't be gay. Now this actually does remind me.
I love you, Ringo.
This does remind me of, as a little kid, we had a cassette that had Black Cat by Janet Jackson. It had Layla, the slow version.
Yes.
It had Roxette, She's Got the Look.
She's got the look.
A couple of songs from The Bodyguard, and also Turn Back Time.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine why, but I had real issues with men at the time, and I didn't like to listen to men singing. I was like, I don't know.
I don't want a man
And
song. No man song, please.
Every time Turn Back Time would come on, because that must have come out the year I was born, maybe.
Really?
When 89, 90, somewhere there.
Yeah, that's...
When that came out, sorry, to break your brain.
very much.
I used to be like, "Are you sure this isn't a man?
Are you
Are you sure?" Which is funny because I liked Roxette because I thought the man was just a gruff sounding woman like my PE teacher.
Yeah.
You know, it was like it sounds like her. But they swore to me that Cher was actually a woman, and then I think Mermaids came on. They're like, "That's Cher." I was like, "Okay, I believe you." But I just thought it was funny that other people thought the same thing. So I was like,
Back in the day.
back
She's
in
got
the
a
day.
deep voice.
She's got a deep voice, like because it sounded gay if she was singing about it. So everyone's like, "Can't be gay."
Oh, it's so gay.
Are people in the music industry being gay? No,
That would never happen.
Never.
Also, not the Beatles. Not for the Beatles.
no, definitely not. No one's gay for the
long hair.
Beatles. Then Cher tells us she recorded a whole album of covers elsewhere, but we have no more information about that.
No, that's just something that
That's like,
happened.
when did that happen?
That's just something that happened.
Cher, right? It's just like-
So
I remember I recorded that whole album.
Whole album of the cover. Like
Yeah.
that was the same thing. I went to that Bob Dylan movie, and there was like, they were like going on about all his groundbreaking work, and it's like, oh yeah, that's that album I did entirely of covers. You're like, what? When did you record that?
Right.
Okay.
So Cher thought, that was that. Phil's not going to give her another chance, and Sonny stopped pushing.
Yeah.
Her career was over before it even began.
Poor Cher.
Poor Cher. Now, again, we'll never know.
I know. We've ended many chapters with her not ever having a music
I know.
career. Like it's
10 of them, actually.
yeah.
turns out.
they end and it's like, oh, I'm never going to be a singer.
No, it's done now.
Yeah.
So, as you said, that does bring us to the end of chapter 10.
It is the very end of the Posh Nuptials. don't know why I like doing that.
know.
It's very
It's
dumb.
fun.
Well, let's get some professional opinions.
It's my professional opinion.
This is where we find out how we felt about the whole thing.
Yes.
Give it a score.
Yes.
I love a name-dropping
name
extravaganza.
drop, yes.
And the tarp was rolled
Oh, yeah.
well
All the way out. Yeah.
We had Ronettes, we had Beach Boys, we
Yep.
had Rolling Stones.
We did. Had Beatles.
We had John F. Kennedy, even though we had nothing to do with it really.
Yeah.
It was just on the news.
This is where you do the Anastasia sting. This is where you do it. We found it. This is where it goes.
There were so many. Also, do you know the other thing I love more than anything, as you discovered in the Mariah Carey book, is a song origin.
You do love a song
And
origin.
we get so many song origins here. None of them hers.
No.
Like we got the Righteous fucking Brothers.
We
we got Unchained Melody. We got Bring My Baby. We got that whole Phil Spector Christmas album.
Yes. Yeah.
All the song origins.
Yeah.
That she's apparently sang on.
Yeah.
According to her.
Yeah, she's like, I sang
everyone
on a
else
Ronette
is
song. It
dead.
must be that one.
Yeah.
It must be the big one.
It's the big important one.
Yeah.
That's the one Darlene Love wouldn't have turned up to first.
Yeah.
Of course.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. You're right.
I know, so weird. There's so much showbiz fun in this.
Yes.
That I didn't mind that we started to drift back into unrelated anecdotes that went nowhere.
A lot of sexual assault. A lot of sexual
A
assault.
lot
this
of
chapter.
sexual assault, a lot of physical
Yes.
assault, and a lot of people off their faces at airports.
Yes, that was fun.
That was fun. Yeah. But I still thoroughly enjoyed it. 8 out of 10.
I gave it an 8 as well.
Yeah.
I said that the momentum is still building.
Yes.
There's a bit more excitement going on because we are starting again to recognise these names.
Yeah.
It's not just people that
Names,
she doesn't
darling.
explain. She's still got a bit of trauma thrown in for good measure.
Trauma.
I feel like we're holding steady
Trauma.
at this point. I think we're holding steady, steady at this point. So, with that said, we've been pretty even this whole way.
Yeah.
Should we turn back time and see if there's anything we'll do differently?
All right. Town.
And I can turn back down.
All right. What would you do differently in this chapter? How would you remix it and change things up?
So, I would go back in time and ask Cher not to skip entire paragraphs. Because the part where she locked herself in a bathroom and Ronnie comforted her is totally not in the audiobook. This could explain why I missed the bakery truck. Because when I go back to check names and so on, I'm looking at this moment, trying to find a certain part, and I'm like, what? When did this happen? And I had to go back, and then she just skips over it.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not going to talk about that bit today.
Is that in a bit where she's reading?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't
she
think
just
Stephanie
goes-
would skip.
No. And it's fun when she adds things like, Georgia never gets smacked or whatever. Like, okay. That's fun. But when she just leaves out entire moments,
Yeah.
it was very, very strange. I was just like, I could have missed a few things.
Yeah.
But what do you do? But yeah, I'd probably go back and say, just read the fucking book as it's written, Cher. You allegedly wrote it.
I know.
So just read that, please.
Cher.
What would you change?
Well, look, I love the moment when she shuts down Sonny trying to be macho.
Yes.
And I'm like, I wish you could have gone back and done that to some of the other men who needed that. I
All
mean,
of them.
I know you're a child.
Yes, yeah.
But, there was not even really much judgment about them doing that.
No.
It's like, that was just what was done at the time.
Yeah.
And, then it happened to me and it was not done at the time. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
because I'm athletic.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and can overcome any disability.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, so I kind of wish there was more judgment of the men who had done that
Yeah.
to everyone.
Yeah.
Because it happened a lot.
It did. Constantly. In every chapter.
Yeah. So yeah, I kind of wanted that. And also maybe pare back some of these frantic anecdotes. We don't need them all.
You can hear it in my delivery. I just in a different sentence all of a sudden, and then I go, wait, what?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Yeah. It's like, it feels like a bunch of stuff just thrown together with no cohesion. It's just like, and then this happened, and then this happened.
Oh, I remembered that horrific thing. Anyway,
I was wearing this, and then this happened.
and then here's a horrific description of a medical procedure.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what?
But you won't believe I was wearing Sunny's undies.
Yes.
It's all very strange. So what was your retitle?
This was another easy one.
Yeah.
I'm calling this Bonnie Jo Mason.
Bonnie Jo Mason.
That's not, we could have had Bonnie Jo Mason, not Cher.
Bonnie Jo Mason.
So it's a reminder.
That's not my name.
That's not
my name.
It's a reminder of the brilliance that is Cher.
It is.
Thank God we got Cher.
Thank God we got Cher. I was going to call
Sorry,
it...
I'm now imagining a show called Thank God You're Cher. and whoever, you just have to walk in and be Cher wherever you are in any situation.
And then you shut the door again and leave.
Yeah. Or you put your bag down and make everyone else leave.
Yeah.
Because you live there now.
It's my share house.
Get out.
I was going to call it Losing My Religion.
Yes.
Purely for the lyric, that's me in the corner. But then I thought even more because she invented the Beatles.
Yes.
And
Help.
I thought I would call it I Saw Her Standing There.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Oh, it's I sort of
beautiful.
like, but standing in the corner.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Very far away from the microphone. Not at all contributing.
No. Probably singing a different song than she thinks.
Yeah.
All right.
If I want to put my tits on my back, it's nobody's business but my own.
We've got to get our tits on our back sorted.
Oh,
out
we
first.
do.
Hang on.
We do. Oh, they are on?
Yeah, I've got my tits on
cool.
now.
Okay.
So our Cherism, our favourite moment. What was your Cherism from this
This
chapter?
was another hard one.
It was, because again, she barreled through so many things,
So many things.
that it was hard to pin anything down.
And where she's barreling, she doesn't have time for the asides as much. So mine is, I could have just walked out the front door, but I was making a statement by climbing out the window that no one saw me climb out of.
Mine is a strange one.
Okay.
I just loved it so much, but I love you, Brain.
Yes, that was cute.
The bracelet she made for Brian wasn't from the Beach Boys.
That was cute.
Just the fact that she was making it with the stamp thing that makes
I know.
that you label the tapes with.
I love
Like
you, Brain.
she demoed I love you,
She
Brain.
So that was a fun one. I enjoyed that.
So yeah, that's I love you, Brain is my Cherism.
We love it. Should we sniff out a little fluff and crap?
All right, fluff it and crap it.
Fluff and crap.
I actually do have something to give here.
Oh,
which is
awesome.
a little review.
Oh,
It is technically of the other show, but it's all the same show.
Oh yes.
And we don't do any fluff and crap in Christian Lardy, so
No.
I have to mention it here.
Yeah.
This is from, El Hey Fetacoma
Okay.
is their name. Space Hospital is the title of
Yes.
the review.
Space
5
Hospital.
stars, thank
5
you.
stars
4 for me, 1 for
Space
you.
Hospital, beautiful.
It says, I'm not big into Mariah, which I've never heard that before. I don't understand what that
I
sentence
don't know
means.
what that means.
Not big on Mariah.
Big into Mariah.
But Space Hospital is my jam. Come for the latte, stay for the pencil. So I was very excited that popped up.
Oh, well, if you want to leave us a review about this or the other unhinged podcasts that we do here in Glitter Plus.
Or even go back in time and listen to the others.
Yeah, listen to the old ones and give us a review on that. Posh likes an entire array of stars. I'm happy for just one.
However many stars Cher mentions in the chapters is how many stars I want.
Yeah, even if you can't fit them all in.
Yeah. In the car.
But yeah, we would love your reviews on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts from.
True.
You know, you can leave a review on Spotify, but I never go and look at them. But
No, we should.
we should.
There's
I'm
probably
sure
someone.
there's probably one there.
Yeah.
Waiting to be approved.
We hate you. No stars.
That'll never get approved.
Yes, you're so right.
But yeah, leave us a review. We would love to hear from you. And don't forget, you can always email us
Yes.
at Glitter Plus. Is it Glitter Plus?
I think so.
It's Glitter Plus Pod, I think, at
I think it might be.
gmail.com.
I can check it.
But, go on. We're on the Instagram. We're on the Twitter. We're on all the things. But, yeah, you can find us all over the place. But we love to hear from you. We love your reviews. Are you making anything, at the moment? Are you constructing
there's
anything?
a couple of little lyric videos that have popped up on the Possible Prince X YouTubes. If you want to check those out, we love a little visual.
Oh, don't forget, we do put these podcasts up on YouTube.
Yes.
And normally we're in them.
Yes.
Except
this one
now.
we won't be.
Because we're in the Theory
back to
Dome.
face.
But there will be something.
The Theory Dome. It's the other.
The Theory Dome. Yeah, that's my other dome.
The Xena Dome.
The Xena Dome. This is the Memoir Dome. Yeah. Because we're in the Memoir Dome, we won't have a video with us in it. But
no.
Well, you can
often we do.
We can watch some waveforms.
Yes. But many of the episodes do actually show our dumb faces.
Yeah, and us. Well, sometimes we're off screen because we're laughing at each other so much.
Or sometimes it's lagging and there's just a green vomiting frog prince. Either way.
Reasons we don't understand. All right, Thursday, Christine Lardy in space. Yes. And next Monday, Chapter 11 of Chermoir.
And that means we're going broke.
We are, yeah.
Chapter 11.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bye,
Bye, lovelies.
Bye. Where am I? Who are these two fairies? Wagon wheel with Toozy. Oh, it's a podcast? You've got to be fucking kidding me. Glitter Plus.